All right, ladies, this is Alex from iFor Traction 2.0. This is the second time we're making this video. And today we're going to be talking about why dating men can be frustrating and what you can do about it, and also why making videos 2 times can be frustrating and what you could do about it. I got to look at the comments to make sure that the sound is on, because the last video the sound wasn't on. And I need to make sure this is on. So just throw me a bone, people, all right, before I start the video. Tell me if it's working or not, and then we could proceed. Put no hat on right now. So okay, so I'm just gonna get started. All right. Anyway, so today I've been having a tough day today. Okay, everything's been going pretty good, but today I woke up and my body feels tired for some reason. I don't know why my body feels tired. It just does. I went to do yoga and I literally just got up after 10 minutes. I was like, you know what? I'm not down. Like it's not like I'm tired, but it's like I'm tired. You know, like your muscles just don't even want to do the things you want to do. You're more lazy, stagnant, and all that sort of stuff. And I got up, and I usually never get up when I do yoga. I'm just tired. I don't know why. Headache, neck hurts, everything, man. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do any yoga. And I just started noticing that I was just frustrated inside, extreme frustration for some reason. And then I just started noticing that, because a lot of the topics I come up with are things that I experience from my own personal experience. Like things like the topics that I come up with in this channel are just things that I experience because this is what I do, right? I teach men I teach men, and also I also practice this. I practice the art of cold approach pickup, right? And something that I notice is that there's a subtle level of frustration that I experience whenever my approach to women becomes more than just a physical desire, right? Whenever I use women as my source of happiness, or even as my source to relieve stress, not physical stress, long day, but more of a source of happiness, it tends to entail a certain level of unhappiness that is underneath the pleasure. Even though I may get the girl, there's inside of me, there's an incessant desire to fill the hole. It even goes down to when I get rejected, where if I'm getting rejected and the approach to get the woman was to fulfill a certain unhappiness, a certain loneliness in my heart, I'm gonna feel a higher level of frustration. My mind is gonna begin saying shit to me, and it's gonna be even harder, right? So this is something that I've noticed, is that whenever I approach a woman with a desire for happiness, there's unhappiness behind anything that happens with that interaction. And so with women, relating to you guys, whenever your perception of a relationship, or men in general, really does affect the way the relationship begins. For example, if I approach a woman and inside my mind, I'm telling myself, ah, man, she's beautiful, right? And then there's an unhappiness. And then that unhappiness, that void that's inside every human being drives me to approach her. That void is going to inevitably turn into pain no matter what happens. Now, why is this the reason why? Not because you're taking action, but because you are allowing the emotion to tell you what to do. There's no space between you and the emotion. There is the emotion, and then there's action. There's no emotion, observation, and acceptance, and then action. So, for example, whenever I'm approaching a woman, and this relates to you guys, don't worry about it. Okay, I got you guys. I know I'm going about it from a different perspective, but this is a way for me to help you understand the way I see it. Whenever I approach a woman, right, and I'm like, oh, for example, whenever I approach a woman, in my mind, I'm like, oh man, okay, I see she's there, man. I don't want to be alone today, you know. Fuck, I need to say, I want to interact with her because, man, she's good looking, and man, my day will be so much better, right? That subtle tension of, I hope this works out because I'm gonna feel better, causes me to approach and value the interaction more than it really is. So whenever I say hi, it's more of a oh man, hey, what's up? Hey, I saw you. I thought you were cute. You know, like there's a like, oh man, I hope this works. I hope I don't fuck it up. Hey, yeah, no, you're cute, right? And so If I get the number, I'm going to be waiting for that text message. Oh, man, I hope she texts me. Fuck, why hasn't she texted me? It's because that pattern of I need you to make me happy is still running. Even if she left, I'm still going to be thinking of her. Even though it doesn't matter what I'm doing. My mind is going to be in, I hope I hear back. And so what's going to happen is that in the long run, that's going to be taxing on my emotions. That's going to be taxing on my spirit. And so it's only taxing if you allow the emotion to act through you. If you don't allow yourself to give space between you and the emotion, this is what happens a lot, where the pleasure of getting the validation is so consuming and so good that you allow that emotion to dictate your actions, simply because when you do that, there's a good possibility that they may like you and you may experience that high. It's when you go after the high of the outcome that causes the pain. So then let's say I approach a woman, and I know I'm going to the other side, but I'll get back to you guys, don't worry. Let's say I approach a woman, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to try to feel better from this interaction. I'm just going to approach, and I am not going to feel better. I am not even going to try to feel better. Not even one scintilla of trying to feel better. What's going to happen? I approach, hey, what's up? In my mind, I'm like, I'm not saying to myself, don't fuck it up, because if you fuck it up, you're going to feel bad. Nuh-uh. I'm not trying to feel better. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to feel better, and I'm not trying to feel worse. So what's going to happen? Hey, what's up? Fuck you. Okay, cool. Bung my leave. Now, what happened? The reason why I'll be able to take the rejection better is because I wasn't trying to feel better. So when I get rejected, there's no force of me saying, fuck, I got rejected. Let me feel better now. No, you feel the rejection, boom, and you're like, okay, cool. If I feel shitty, cool, right? Now, what's happening is that you become immune to it, because your approach to the relationships isn't an approach of I need you. Rather, there is I don't need you. I don't need to feel better. I don't need to feel better. There's a certain level of surrenderance that happens when you do that, not just in dating, but in life in general. Like right now, and I bet you money I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing this even up until this point. But right now, if you try this with me and you ask yourself, am I trying to feel better right now? Just do it right now. Am I trying to feel better? I notice that I am trying to feel better at a high level. I am, right? So now what happens? I ask myself, what would happen if I stopped trying to feel better for just 1 minute? Or what would happen if you stop trying to feel better for just 1 minute? And when you do that, you feel a weight falling off of you. There's like no tension there. The objects of your awareness are still there, the pain, the unhappiness, but there's no heaviness to them. So then when I see a woman and I ask myself, am I trying to feel better right now? And I notice I am. And then I ask myself, what would happen if I stopped trying to feel better? And I stop trying to feel better and I approach, the approach will be infinitely better. The outcome will be much better. The likelihood of her calling back will dramatically increase. Simple as that. Because your energy will be more aligned to the present moment. And so what I've been noticing is that I've been meeting a lot of women and I've been getting much better at it. The first couple of weeks of it, I sucked ass. But lately I've been getting a lot of momentum. And it's getting to the point where I would approach a woman and there's a high likelihood that I'll see her again. Pretty high likelihood. And it's not because of a new tactic that I'm using, but because well, yes, I'm doing tactics, but also I'm using it as a spiritual practice. I'm allowing myself to experience the pain in order for me to drop it. So when it comes to your relationships, is that whenever you feel frustration, the reason why you feel frustration, because similarly to approaching women, if you allow the frustrations to consume you through acting on the frustration and trying to relieve the frustration through women's validation, you're always going to lose. You're going to say, fuck this shit. This is too much. This becomes very depressing if you don't know how to do it the right way. So a lot of women fuck up in their relationships because they view their relationships as their ticket to happiness, as their object of self-esteem. So when you see your man, you don't just see the man as a man, you see them as your source of happiness. So then you see them as more valuable than they really are. You see them as your ticket to happiness. So what you have to do is allow yourself to experience the frustration, which will inevitably happen before you approach the relationship or during the relationship, and then just drop it by not trying to feel better and allowing the frustration to be there without you resisting it or pushing it away. And so this happens to me a lot, man. I'm telling you. Even though I practice this happens to me because I allow myself to experience this at a higher rate than most people. So it can be very daunting and very, and it can get very old experiencing this frustration because you never get satisfied. And that's the thing. You never get satisfied. It's never enough. You can never have enough women. You can never have enough validation. It's like eating and drinking. You always need it. You always need it. You always need validation. You will never be truly happy. You will never find that peace you're trying to find through people or things or any form that you can see or grasp or describe. In order for you to experience a true happiness, you must allow yourself to experience the frustration and pain from relationships and then drop it. How? By not trying to feel better. There's a lot of pain in resisting your current reality, looking through that phone and hoping he texts you back, looking through that phone and thinking what he's doing, who he's talking to. In reality, what's driving that desire is not trying to get the man, but trying to feel better, trying to find some peace and validation through someone else's validation of you. And this happens a lot, man. Damn, I'm fucking stiff as shit. And a part of my mind that tries to help me relieve the pain through thinking through a technique that I call borrowing abundance from the future. Now, for those who don't know what that is I know inevitably this is not going to be an issue within the next few months because I practice this and I get better at it and the results get much better, right? So so I could go that route where I'll try to feel better through telling myself that the Lexus is going to get much better. This is the learning process. The learning process is very frustrating. The learning process is very daunting. It hurts a lot. But that's an easy way out. Because once again, I'm using the same thing that brings unhappiness, which is the external validation. Now, I could use that as motivation to improve my life, right? I could use that pain as motivation to improve my life, but I cannot use it to be happy. So yeah, if I want to improve my social circle, if I want to improve my dating life, I could definitely use that pain to drive me towards something greater. But I can never use that pain to drive me to happiness and peace because that's not something that happens. So use your pain, use the situation as your propelling force towards helping to fix your life situation. But become aware that that doesn't bring happiness. Realize that underneath that tension, underneath that hope, there's an inevitable downfall. So what's the solution? It's simply realizing that you could use this as a tool to improve your life because whenever you experience pain, the brain's natural desire is an aversion of pain towards the pleasure. So you could use that as a motivating factor. So then as you realize that, then you could just use that to motivate you towards your goal. But then as soon as you use that to motivate you towards your goal, you drop it. You drop your desire to be happy. Just use that as fuel, not as the engine. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I use that as a spiritual practice. And I tell you guys about this a lot, right? That I use as a spiritual practice. But now you guys see, right? This happens like I bet some of the girls I talk to were like, "Oh my God, he does this a lot. No wonder he was smooth." Right? But what was I saying? Oh fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Jesus Christ, man, my mind is not in the right place today. So yeah, man, and this is something that most people will never imagine that they could use as a spiritual practice. But dating is one of the best things to do as a spiritual practice because there's so much pain in there, man. There's a lot of underlying fears, a lot of underlying insecurities in dating. You know, for example, like when I skate and I feel needy, right? And I see a woman, whenever I allow my neediness to dictate my actions, and I see a woman, she becomes more than a woman in my eyes. She becomes more attractive. She looks happier. Her reality looks more fulfilling. When in reality, she's just a woman who may or may not have friends, who may go home alone, who may even be depressed. But my mind doesn't allow me to see that because I'm only seeing it from my own needy perspective. You might see the guy, You might think his life is awesome. You might think he's confident. You might think he gets a lot of women. But the likelihood that that's true is very, very low. Likelihood he's alone. Likelihood he may not have a lot of friends. There's a likelihood that he may be more insecure than you are. And there's a likelihood that he may be more unhappy than you are. But your mind doesn't allow you to do that, because whenever you're needy, you underestimate yourself and overestimate other people's life. And that contrast makes you feel shittier. So the key is not to then force the situation, to try to find a guy to help you counteract the image that you have of yourself relative to other men, which is the unhappier you are, the better other people's lives look. But rather, learn to dive into it and observe that desire to become happy through other men's validation, through allowing yourself to feel the frustration and not trying to feel better. That's how it is, man. And that's how the cookie crumbles. I hope that makes a lot of sense. I know this is one of those topics that is a little abstract. It doesn't have the usual things to say, things to do, as most of my videos do. But this is the real shit. These are things that happens a lot. And if you notice the way you approach your relationship, you're going to notice that there is a tension. Like you notice before you go on a date, you feel that, oh, fuck, I hope this works out. Oh, fuck, I hope he likes me, right? That's because there is a tension that you feel. And the way that you relieve the tension is not through your own faculties, but rather through the outcome of the situation. And so in order for not be frustrated in relationships, it's not to fix the situation, but to notice it before it even arises. Notice your frustration, notice your desire, notice the unhappiness, the underlying unhappiness. Is just observe it and don't try to feel better. Drop the emotion by allowing yourself not to feel better and allowing the pain to be there without you obstructing it or moving it around. You may want to use the pain to improve your life, but you realize deep down that it doesn't make you happy. I'm telling you, like, I may get a lot of women. I may meet a lot of women. But no matter how many women I meet or get with, that doesn't bring happiness. And the only reason why I've realized that is because of practice. No matter how many women I get, it won't make me happy. Same to you. No matter how many get men, no matter how awesome he is, no matter how beautiful his dick is, it won't make you happy. He may perm that dick, give it a little shape up, give it a little fade. It's not going to make you happy. And we deceive ourselves to thinking that it makes you happy, but it doesn't. It just hides the unhappiness through a temporary fix. But like I always say, that the cure becomes worse than the disease. Always becomes worse than the disease. And even when I read the comments, all right, I get compliments. My unhappiness wants to grab on to those compliments. It wants to say, yeah, I'm awesome. Yeah, I'm a genius. But those are all things, objects in my awareness that doesn't make me happy. So then what I do is I see it and I drop it. I see it and I drop it. I don't allow that to give me self-esteem boost. You see, and it's pretty much notice how many things boosts your self-esteem. Just notice it. If you notice that attention boosts your self-esteem, drop it. Don't drink it. Somebody may, okay, yeah, take this. This is gonna make you feel better. Nope, don't take it. See it, say thank you, and don't hold on to it. Because they become thought forms. I am awesome. Then suddenly somebody rejects you. Oh, fuck, what happened? I thought I was awesome. There's conflict now. But if you learn to drop the good things, I'm awesome. Zoop, you drop it. So your brain is not in that pattern now. So then when something good happens, something bad happens, you suck. You drop it. But if you're in a state of holding on to things, as soon as you get something bad, your brain is also going to hold on to it because it's in that pattern. The middle path is in dropping the good and the bad. If I get a girl's number, I noticed that there is a high that you experience when you get a girl's number. So then you just drop it. You don't allow that thought to become part of your identity, which is, yeah, I got her number. Yeah, I'm pretty good at this. No, you drop it. There's no highs or lows. No pleasure or pain. You drop the pain, you drop the pleasure. Most people just want to drop the pain, but they don't want to drop the pleasure. And that's not fair. That's not how life works. Life encompasses the good and the bad. You reject life by just accepting the bad and letting go of the good. No, by just accepting the good and letting go of the bad. That's not how life works. It says Alex is so Dominican. He's drinking coconut water. Yeah, but it has lemon juice. I fucking hate that shit. It says with twists of lime. I hate lemon. I hate coconut water with any other substance in it. If I want coconut water, I want that shit out of the coconut. No other substances. No pineapple. No lime. I hate that. Coconut water is only go with coconut. That's it. And look, it's a lie. Look at this. When you buy it, you don't expect it to have a coconut to have lemon, because the lemon is just sneaking. Look at that. The lemon is there, and I didn't expect it to be lemon because I only saw the green, which is the coconut. I took a sip of that, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is this bad? And then it says with a twist of lemon. Fuck you, man. I don't want that shit. I gotta drink it now, though. Oh, God. Oh, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. Let me see some of the questions, and then I'm gonna bounce. Let me see. Oh, man, don't call me pretty. That's what you call a little doll, calling me pretty. Dallas, you look pretty. Pretty. It says he's so gone. It's easy to drop him. Okay. Let me see. Do you have a PO address? No, I don't have a PO address. There's a roach on the wall. There's no roach on the wall. What the fuck? Trying to be slick, man. Don't play me. You do look pretty. Yeah. I look pretty. It's a nice little compliment. I don't have any questions today. It's pretty straightforward. Good. You look so young. Some people think I look older, but it's cool. Thank you. Read some of the comments. Yeah, man, I'm like dead today, man. I have no energy. It's weird. It's like my body hurts. Just skates. All right. Anyways, guys, this is it for me today. If you guys one-on-one coaching, just go to mindforattraction.org. If you guys want to go to the seminar in New York City, July 8th and 9th, to go to mindforattraction.org, and you'll see the link. It says New York City seminar in the summer. I should be announcing it by this week, most likely next week. I'm looking for different spots where I'm gonna have the seminar. So for those who reserve the spots, just letting you guys know, I'm still looking for a place. It's gonna take a week or so. I'm being very picky about it, but it's gonna be somewhere downtown. All right, so it's gonna be very exciting. Anyways, have a good day and